Everyone's here, just relaxing and enjoying being in New York. Madison Square Park, one of Silvervale City's top places and favorite places in New York City. Exhausting. My throat, in case you haven't figured out, I really have to get some Diet Coke somewhere. Just did play NYC at the Metropolitan Pavilion. Arrived around 9:30, took a break for hit the nearest Taco Bell early in the afternoon, but was there until about 5:40, and I'll tell you what, this is part two. Overall review, over the top, amazing, and fucking wild, to say the very least. It was probably one of the top three, if not the top coolest event I have covered since I started as a simple blog over 7 years ago. I walked in this morning, my jaw dropped. I was like, wow. Back in part one, I was there inside for about 2 hours, came out, and I was like, hold it, there's another reality out here. The amount of cards I got, I actually played some game demos, had great conversations with the coolest game creators you can imagine. Red Bull was there, main sponsor. They had small cans of Red Bull there. Doesn't affect me, but it was liquid. It was liquid. It was more than water. It was just truly amazing and outstanding event. The combination of creating a completely different version of what we consider reality. I'm not only talking about the games. I'm talking about when you walked inside, there were no windows. All right. Once you got through the entrance and through security, there were no windows. So it was just completely cut off from this version of reality. It was, creating a completely different reality and completely different experience from when you walk out onto 18th Street. I was speaking with one of the staff members of Play NYC, and she said, yeah, it was, at first it was overwhelming, and she was right. But not overwhelming in a bad way, just your senses overload in some aspects. The amount of just walking around, especially like mid-afternoon, like when it got to be afternoon and the place was jammed with people, just the overload on the senses was wild. I actually had my first true virtual reality experience there, which I can't quote. I'm like completely blanked right now. My brain is fried. But it was a completely immersive VR experience, which I'll get into in another review. The staff, the security there, the exhibitors, just Play NYC has it all. And another top thing that added to this review was the fact that it wasn't. I originally thought it was pretty much going to be video games, so I didn't have a chance to look down the exhibitor list, even though I've had the emails and press releases for like the better part of 2 months now. It was just so, they actually had tabletop games. And I spoke to somebody and they said the tabletop game market is exploding again. Which is a huge surprise considering the virtual online world that we live in now. I mean, wild, intense, you name it, that was Play NYC. Completely just wow. And I've actually had about roughly 20-30 minutes, I think, walking to just shift gears and downshift from it. So it had it all. A serious, from the heart, thank you to Playcrafting, to the exhibitors, the game creators, the security, the staff, everyone involved. Red Bull, thank you for providing the beverage. You much needed and much appreciated. Just, if you have a chance to go to it next year, I make this one of your top events no matter where you live in this country. Play NYC, even if you're not into gaming, it's still like they had a section of games for change, which showed how video games can be, and encourage game developers not only to develop regular video games to make money out of it as a hobby, but also to develop games that, one of them was for UNICEF, about UNICEF. The other one was about global warming. You know, to actually use your game to try to make a difference in our world, you know, in our society, people's lives, etc., which is one of the cores of Surreal Veil City. I will be contacting, doing an article on that. Play NYC has it all. I've been to, couldn't even tell you how many events in the past 7 years, art exhibits, etc. And Play NYC was just one of the best I have ever attended. And I'm talking overall, not just in a specific category. 2020, I'm going to make sure, Surreal Veil City will try to become an official sponsor of Play NYC. That's how impressed with it I was. So if you have a chance, come here to New York City. You have to attend this. You have to attend this, and bring your family. There's games there for all ages. Playable game demos, and games for all ages, not just kids. Trust me. It is truly a wild and unique, very unique experience. And thank you. And speaking of thanks, thank you to the sponsors. Please go to the sponsors page of Surreal Veil City. Support those people and businesses, honestly, because without them, wouldn't be able to be up here in New York, having this great, enjoying the city, receiving press credentials, having all these new experiences like Play NYC to bring to you, and give, and just please support those great people and businesses. And speaking of great people, thank you to everybody out there for the page views, all the support that you've given me over the years. You have no idea what it means to me, and I mean that from the heart. You get one chance at every moment in life. There's a light breeze blowing, kind of like a fall, kind of like a hint at autumn in the air here. Take some time out of this crazy busy thing we call life. Enjoy with your family and friends, and take some time out for yourself. There's a reason I call this a working vacation. Because I do work, this is a fun part of my job, it's what I do. It's also vacation, so like right now I'm taking my own advice for occasion. I'm taking some time out and enjoying life and just being here in New York.